India proposes counter duties against America. That's the big story at this hour. India proposing counter duties against the US, and the notice to the WTO, the World Trade Organization, shows India has proposed to levy import duties on some products made in the United States to counter Washington's tariffs on steel and aluminium products produced in Asia's number 3 economy. I'm going straight to Karishma for more details on that. Karishma, just break this down for us. What exactly is going on? India isn't too happy with the kind of pronouncements that have been made by the US in the past about India doing away with the tariffs. Here, India has sent out a notice to the WTO. Tell us a little about that.
Yeah, this is coming in right a day after the US said that a trade deal with India would take time, that now India has formally notified the trade organization of its intention to suspend trade concessions on US goods close to worth, $2 billion. Now, this is in response to Washington's extension of safeguard tariffs on aluminium and steel imports. While both sides, both US and India, had earlier signaled rapid progress, the US now says a deal with India will take time, raising questions, while the US has also, on the other side, given some kind of relief to China. Maybe, and this is what we can pick up and try to decode, is that Trump's remarks of this delay in trade with India could have added this layer of additional mistrust in the bilateral talks. Besides this, of course, India also reserves the right to modify the list of targeted US products and tariff rates, which they have already been talking with the US when it comes to the BTA. Tariff retaliation is scheduled to take effect after 30 days, 60 days. There was a 90-day time given from April 2nd. We will be re-talking with them after 60 days. So it's more of a wait-and-watch situation, that how will the BTA also work out.
That's right. To tell our viewers, who've just joined us, that India has proposed to impose duties on selected US products to actually counter the additional duties in India. I see this, Karishma, as a retaliatory measure. The sense that we got essentially was that India isn't retaliating, isn't it? There were talks that were undergoing between both the countries to deal with the situation. President Donald Trump's imposition of tariffs on India, something that India wanted to cushion in, and that's the reason why they wanted to talk and take this further. But I think right now is what is being seen is essentially a retaliatory measure, isn't it?
Well, yes, it could be also the fact that after Trump's comments yesterday came in, India wanted to take a stand for its industry, for its own people, that it finally went ahead of doing this. While this was something that was already in the know, and India was planning a retaliatory duty on certain steel and aluminium products, because it all dates back to history. It was in 2018 that US had imposed 25% duty on steel and 10% on aluminium imports from several countries, including India. And even then, India had viewed US tariffs as discriminatory and unjustified. Maybe this could be an added layer that India is giving because the BTA is not processing successfully as planned. This is one of the thoughts that I could put forward, because as much as we've been talking to India's trade ministry, we were told that our BTA with US could be smooth. But Trump's comments yesterday raises a few questions.
Absolutely. His comments yesterday, which we understand hasn't gone down very well. These are counter duties against the US that India is now imposing and has informed the WTO accordingly. We'll be getting you more details on that big story in just a bit from now. For the moment, it's time for a quick commercial break. Your news continues in just 2 minutes.